Well, guess who's still a Victorian child stricken with consumption? It's me. Hello. But don't worry, everybody. I somehow managed to cling to life just long enough to watch the Thundermans movie. Why do I do this to myself?
Allegedly grown man watching a kid's show.
Yeah, so Paramount has really been running out of ideas, clearly, with the iCarly reboot, which was just the original show again, but everyone's 30 now. The Zoe 101 movie, where they just retconned the ending of the show so they could have the characters do the exact same thing anyway. And now here we are with the Thundermans movie. You know who asked for this? Freaking nobody! I mean, the show only ended in 2018, so I don't even know if you can call this a nostalgia appeal. It's just like a thing from a few years ago. But you know, to be fair, I did do a video about the Thundermans a few years ago, so sure, why not? What else do I got going on? Come on, everybody. You know this movie's definitely gonna justify still paying for that Paramount Plus subscription, I'll tell you that. I'm so... What is this even supposed to be? Why does this look worse than Jimmy Neutron? What is this?
1 minute till meteor impact. Seek shelter.
Here they come!
I'm sorry, was the budget for this movie like 2 nickels and 4 rubber bands? Literally, what is happening? I've seen better stuff from like 12-year-olds using Blender for 30 minutes. You know, I'm actually kind of impressed in a weird, backwards kind of way.
My turn to push it!
Billy, it's the same photo. We don't live a double life anymore.
I know that. Why didn't you tell me?
So like... Okay, so the acting was not great in the original show. I know, I'm being like so brave right now for admitting this. But like, this 2024 reunion movie is worse than season 1 from like 2013. Did y'all know you were making a movie? Anyway, so these are the Thundermans. And as of the end of the show, they're now part of this exclusive superhero team that apparently does whatever the heck any of this is supposed to be.
Max?
Way ahead of you. To the sky!
Clear shot! Nora, fire when ready!
That suit looks like it's laser resistant.
His suit looks laser resistant. Of course it does, why wouldn't it? So anyway, the Thundermans try to stop this one particular supervillain dude, but turns out there's actually another superhero team vying for the spotlight called the V-Team.
There's a new super team in town, and they're kicking some super butt.
Hi, we're the V-Team. We love fighting villains.
Cleaning up after ourselves.
And we're a rock band.
That band rocks!
I want to buy their song.
Okay, so slight tangent here, but the original show ran from 2013 to 2018, and now this movie just came out in 2024. So 6 years after the end of the show and 11 years after the show first started. And like, I've said this before when I was talking about Disney stuff like Descendants or zombies movies in particular, but I never understand why, like, whenever they make these sequel movies or whatever, it's like they lower the target age range for some reason. Like, if you were 10 when you started watching the Thundermans show, you're at least a senior in high school now. But then, like, this movie is squarely aimed at 6-year-olds. Like, I'm not saying they should have made it all dark and gritty or whatever, okay? But like, surely they could have aged up a little bit to appeal more to fans of the show who are now many years older by this point. I mean, this movie feels like it was written for kids who weren't even born yet when the show was on TV. So like, who is this for? But whatever. Anyway, they're fighting the villain dude guy, and then the V-Team shows up to help. And guess what happens?
Ow.
So now, because they hurt another superhero, apparently, the Thundermans end up getting fired from their job, and what do you know? They get sent all the way back to the old 3-camera sitcom set from the original show. No way. And now that they've been kicked out, the V-Team is in charge of saving the world and stuff.
I can't believe we're back.
I know, it looks exactly the same.
Right?
Maybe it isn't ideal, but at least we're still a family.
I missed you, old friend.
Hey, do you and your butt groove want to be alone?
What? So after being superhero public figures for the last several years, now they just kind of have to go back to being regular people, right? And like go to school and try to talk to people about things you don't care about, you know? So you just kind of stand there hitting them with, no way, that's crazy, my dude, for like 45 minutes. But they just keep on talking anyway.
These look great. Thanks for breakfast. Gotta go. Bye.
Whoa, slow down. What is the big rush? Do you have everything you need for school?
Yeah, cool teen clothes fit in with our peers.
Some surefire conversation starters. That new band is fire.
Parents
Nice, am I right?
Nah, you know, I feel like if you want to fit in with the Gen Z kids these days, it's probably more like, okay, so we got maybe 15 years left before the Earth is uninhabitable and society completely collapses, so... Which Pixar mom do you want to get stepped on by? Anyway, so this is Billy and Nora, who were very, very small back in the original show. And now they're grown-up, big girl, big boy teenagers ready to fully embrace the Nickelodeon School of Acting.
Well, you must be our two new students, huh? Let's see here. We got Billy and Nora Thundermans. Are you two the siblings of those other ones? Those two delinquents ruined my life.
You seem fine now.
You see that ponytail back there? This man's doing great. You know how many Blackberries this dude probably still has? Pulling up to Applebee's with one of those Best Buy Bluetooth headsets? Ladies, contain yourselves. The line starts over this way. Now, while this is all going on, we have little baby Chloe, who's in 5th grade. And she's also leaving the nest, so to speak, and Mommy and Daddy Thunderman are none too happy about that.
Did you hear that, Hank? Chloe doesn't want us to protect her.
She doesn't need us anymore either. Maybe it's time for Mommy and Daddy Bird to step aside and let our baby birds fly.
She's using the toaster unsupervised.
Oh, not on our watch!
Now, for you younger people watching this, let me tell you right now, even in your 30s, this never stops. Honey, I've been trying to reach you all day. Is everything all right? Are you still alive? Mom, I replied to you 4 hours ago. Also, I'm 35. Say no more. Don't let your kidnappers know I'm on the way. I'm almost at the airport. Stay where you are. Parents, am I right? Now, are you guys ready for the insane plot twist of this movie? You ready? You are not ready, but here we go. Remember the V-Team kids who took over for the Thundermans? Well, guess who they really are?
Listen up, villains. We're in charge now, so show a little respect.
What happened to the Thundermans?
Those second-rate cape jockeys? We kicked them to the curb and sent them on their way. Dad.
I told you our kids wouldn't let us down.
That's right, would you believe that these kids are actually the kids of the big villain guys from the show, and they've just been pretending to be superheroes the whole time. Can you believe it?
I just can't get over it. You all look so tall and evil.
Looks like Dark Mayhem Jr. forgot his cape and mask.
I don't do capes, Dad. And this ocular blaster's lit.
The blaster is lit. Of course it is.
Listen up, Boomer. You had your chance, and you blew it.
Nepo baby.
Do you ever just feel pain over your entire body? Now, as you might imagine, all this has just been a plot to eventually break their parents out of jail and take over the world and do whatever supervillains do, I guess.
Come what we got, boys!
1. Tap into everyone's landlines and transmit a hypnotic message for them to obey us.
What's a landline?
Okay, all right, that was kind of funny. I mean, this movie's just freaking cringe, am I right, guys? But okay, anyway, while this is all going on, Max and Phoebe, now being 26 apparently, have to go find regular big girl, big boy jobs, like working at that burger place with our old pal Cherry.
Thanks for the ride home, Cherry. Anytime. Being seen on the Splat scooter really ups my cool factor.
Hey, you know, Splat Scooter was my nickname in college for a slightly different reason. Now, as you might imagine, being back in the normal world trying to live normie lives is pretty boring when you've spent the last several years doing high-octane, intense missions like this.
Welcome to Earth. Try the
So Max and Phoebe are getting kind of bored, you know, but the rest of the family actually kind of likes being regular people now, and since the V-Team is in their place saving the world, or so they think, what's even the point of trying to be superheroes again, you know what I mean? But that's when Phoebe and Max stumble onto a little something interesting.
Camp Evil Weevil? The V-Team are villains. The V stands for villain.
Bwah, Inception noise, bwah. That's right, this is the moment when they realize that it's all been one big trick so the supervillain kids could sit up in the superhero tower and do evil villain stuff like this.
We've been looking for hours. The secret item isn't here.
It has to be here. The Ancient Hero League book says it's guarded by the League's longest-serving hero, and that's Thunderman.
Ermagerd, can you guys mute it? I'm trying to concentrate.
Ermagerd? Ermagerd? When was this script written? 2012? We don't even do that anymore. Everything's R&R now. Come on, guys, even I know that, and I'm old as shit. So, short story even shorter, Max and Phoebe decide to break back into the superhero tower to do what exactly? Who knows, but would you believe things go awry? Now, Now, after some back and forth, we find out that the real mission of these superhero kids is that they're looking for some kind of super plant that created the first superheroes like thousands of years ago or something, and they want to use it to make an army of supervillains. And they thought that it was maybe hidden up here in the superhero tower, but guess what? It's not. So what ends up happening is they capture and torture Max and Phoebe to use them as bait to force Thunderman himself to tell them where the super magic plant thing really is, and turns out it's just been kind of sitting there the whole time.
Will you tell us where Max and Phoebe are?
Of course.
What is it, Dad?
Something I vowed to protect forever.
But hey, you know, what if the thing is fake and he's just trying to trick them all, right? You know, so of course you gotta test it out first on a random squirrel that's in the house for some reason. You know, I'm not even going to explain the context for this scene. I just want to remind all of you that this is a real movie that really exists. But even though the villains took the plant, turns out one small piece of it fell off. So naturally, the Thundermans take that and decide that their only hope is to turn the entire town into superheroes.
So what do you need from us?
I just need you guys to open up your mouths for the next few seconds.
I thought you'd never ask. And while this is happening, Max and Phoebe are still being tortured and desperately trying to escape the greatest CG whatever this is.
Exploding sushi refrigerator magnet? Hello.
I bet the fish eggs contain nitroglycerin. Hang on, this might get messy.
I'm sorry, why does this 2024 movie have worse CG than, like, Alex Mack from 1994? Like, this has to be on purpose, right? So, long story short, the family uses Chloe's teleport power to go where Max and Phoebe are to save them. But Chloe can't use her power twice in a row like that, and also the supervillain super layer is gonna super self-destruct, so... whoops.
Password, huh?
3.
Think I might know it.
1. System punched. Sequence cancelled.
Okay. All right. You know when something's kind of funny, and then it's like not funny anymore, but then it comes back around to being funny again? This movie doesn't do that, but I just thought I'd bring it up. And so, the very, very end of the movie, the Thundermans chase the supervillains to the top of this mountain thing, and it's time to do whatever this is.
Have at you, sir.
You know, to be fair though, this isn't too dissimilar from how the fight scenes were in that fourth Matrix movie that came out a couple years ago. But all the same, what do you know? They beat up the bad guys, and thanks to Chloe's teleport powers, the day is saved.
Oh, you did it! You saved the world!
I was wrong. This one's gonna be the best soup ever.
And that's pretty much where the movie and all my remaining sanity come to an end.
We'd like this house to be the new T-Force headquarters.
So we can always put family first.
Like I said earlier, who exactly is this for? Fans of the original show are like way older now, so none of this would appeal to them, I assume. And like if they were hoping to bring in a new generation of Thundermans fans, I mean, this probably had the opposite effect. All jokes aside though, I'm sure it was a lot of fun for them to reunite with all their old castmates and be the Thundermans one more time, but like this is the biggest, like, I'm just here for a paycheck movie I've ever seen. And like, I don't think I'm crazy for thinking that they could have aged it up a little bit for the fans, you know, because like the Hannah Montana movie, Wizards of Waverly Place movie, Lizzie McGuire movie, like they were surprisingly mature and matched the age of the audience pretty well, I think. So like, kids shows have done this before. I don't know exactly what the whole goal of making this movie was, but this is one of the movies ever made, I'll tell you that. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmeyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.